Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show to talk about my first of two NBA recaps for tonight for these two Game 6s. First one I'm here to talk about is in this Eastern Conference series is the New York Knicks beating the Detroit Pistons 116. 113 reaction. They win the series 4-2, and they'll be playing the Boston Celtics in the next round of the NBA playoffs. Detroit Pistons. That was a tough loss, man. They come back after that early deficit. They trailed by 14 in the first quarter. Second quarter, they had a big second quarter to take the lead at halftime. Then they had a rough third quarter. First and third quarter was really rough for the Detroit offense and defensively. But they locked in the fourth quarter. Their offense started to get hot. Their defense was cooking, forcing the Knicks into tough shots. And then Jalen Brunson, clutch player of the year. He played good in that first quarter. He had a good game overall, though. 40 points, hits the game-winning three-pointer. I know I can sit here and complain, the flop, because he had a flop. And, Pistons were on a big run, he has that flop. Or, thankfully, it was a successful challenge. But he was 15 and 33. He was not the most efficient, and he was missing shots in that fourth quarter. But when time come up, clutch shots, he made them. He had one where I thought he was going to fall and turn it over. He somehow stays on his feet. Gets a layup. Had a clutch and one down the stretch. He hit the three-pointer to win the game. And you got a double bang for Mike Breen, calling it for MSG. I thought Asor Thompson played pretty well defensively against Jalen Brunson, but he got cooked, man, on that last possession. Shake and bait, wide open, jump shot for the win right there. What a clutch like that, man. Brunson just gamed them. And they even had, like a 7-point lead. That inexperience kind of showed down the stretch, I thought, from Detroit. Asor Thompson got just absolutely fried on that last possession. I thought he played good defensively. Even though, Jalen Brunson, he had 40. It wasn't the most efficient 40 points. Even when he was scoring down the stretch, Asor wasn't in the game to that last possession. You say, he did have him in hell the entire games. You look, about 30 of them was on Dennis Schroeder. Look at all the possessions Asor was guarding him. He was in handcuffs until, obviously, the last possession. But the broken ankles and a double bang for the game. He broke his ankles for game. I just can't believe that's how they won this game. But I think it's a good first playoff experience. Cade Cunningham tonight. Obviously, Jalen Brunson has 40 points. Look, he wasn't the most efficient, but he hit the clutch buckets when they needed. Cade Cunningham, 23 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 for 22. He missed that shot to take the lead. He missed so many shots driving to the basket. And, I don't know what happened to his three ball. He couldn't make a three to save his life in this one, it felt like. But he's the best player. And he passed the ball to Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley was open, and he just fumbled it out of bounds on the last play. But I want to talk about J.B. Bickerstaff. I know he done a really damn good job this year, but he kind of fucked up with that dumb, unnecessary timeout. Up 7, and the Knicks were scrambling. I mean, for what? They scored exactly 1 point after that. Knicks were tired and out of sorts. That was just really bad timeout, I thought. And I know Brunson fried a sword to win the game. I'm still baffled why J.B. Bickerstaff would sub him out with exactly 3:50 left in the game. Like, the Pistons were up 9 at that point. Like, I know you probably get him, you want to get him a little bit of rest. Probably, have him, I guess, somewhat fresh heading into the game. But he's been playing a lot, dude. I just don't get that substitution right there by J.B. Bickerstaff. They were down 11 when he came in and up 5 when he came out. I thought that was a bad decision. I know I'm not the coach, but that's just kind of my opinion. And then the timeout. And how about the fact that the Pistons could have gone 2 for 1 at the end and instead settled for a terrible Cade drive that gave them the final shot? I mean, he was aggressive on Brunson. And that timeout he took gave when Detroit had all the momentum was brutal. So some bad decisions, I thought, by J.B. Bickerstaff in the last few minutes of this basketball game here. Look, I'm not the coach. I'm just giving my opinion. I thought some just not great decisions, man. He has some just bad timeout management. The Knicks are out of sorts. They're tired. Just, you don't call timeout there, man. But the Detroit Pistons, though, they have plenty to hang their hats on. You get experience, and with this young team, you have veterans, some young players, get some experience with these guys. But yeah, Cade, it's a good first playoff experience for Cade Cunningham, I thought. Missed that shot there at the end. He had tantalizing flashes, a lot of rough spots too, but he'll learn a lot from this in his first playoff experience, in my opinion. But this was a hell of a game, man. What a special season for these Pistons, man. They went 44-38 and took the 3-seed Knicks, gave them all they could handle. Cade Cunningham had a breakout season. They won their first playoff game since 2008. So it was a good season, man, for them. Like, yeah, they went out in the first round, but the Knicks were literally favored to win it. But Cade Cunningham had a good first round. Besides the three-point shooting, I feel like other than that, he had a good series. He just needs to work on his three-point shot. But a terrific fight from this team, man. But as for the Knicks, they win. Jalen Brunson had 40. Mikal Bridges, 25 points. 11 for 16. What a hell of a game from Mikal Bridges. And he had a game-tying tip-in. So, Mikal Bridges, with that clutch tip-in, man, when it was 113-111. Jalen Brunson misses, but Bridges goes in for the tip-in. He had a hell of a game, and efficient, played 44 minutes. Hell of a game from him. OG Anunoby, the original gangster, OG Anunoby, 22.6 for 14. He also had a really good series as well. Did OG Anunoby. He also had 3 steals, 2 blocks. Josh Hart, 13 points, 4 assists, 10 rebounds for Josh Hart, 3 for 5 from the field from Josh Hart, 1 of 1 from 3. That would have been a fun series. This was a fun series, man. Really wanted Game 7. But it is what it is, man. I don't think either team's going to beat the Celtics anyways. Especially the Pistons, but they still had a good season. But I don't think the Knicks are going to beat the Celtics either. Cat didn't even play good tonight. 10 points, 15 rebounds. He was not aggressive tonight at all. He was only took 10 shots. He was 4 for 10. Even fouled out in the fourth quarter. So they're going to need Karl Anthony Towns to play a lot better, be more aggressive, and take more shots in the next round. But Bridges and Anunoby showed up. Josh Hart, Brunson closing out the game there. McBride had 3 points. Mitchell Robinson, 1.3 rebounds. My God, man, this guy cannot make a free throw to save his life. really disappointing. Now, he gets paid $15 million a year and can't hit free throws. Because they went to the hack-a-mitch strategy, and the Knicks missed a few free throws near the end of that third quarter. Cam Payne had 2 points. He played 6 minutes. This guy was shit. But yeah, hell of an ending there by Jalen Bronson. But this was just a game of runs, man. Fantastic basketball. New York gets that hot start, 37-23 in the first quarter. But then Detroit, 38-22 in that second quarter. But then the Knicks come out hot in the third quarter, 37-24. And then Detroit wins the fourth, 28-20. But most of that was really the start and the middle of that quarter. Then the Knicks come up clutch down the stretch. But the first and third quarters were won by New York. Detroit the second and fourth quarters, and I thought Detroit would have had it, man, but come up short. But their season ends. Cade 23-8-7. Malik Beasley had 20 points. I believe he had 18 in the first half, only 2 in the second half. He was 6 for 13. But Malik Beasley, he was going to be wide open, man. And that's just disappointing, man. He would have had the open shot to try and tie the game and send it to overtime. He talked all that shit, man. Like, he had 6 3-pointers in the first half, but what did he do in the second half? He didn't do nothing. Look, I know I just don't know how you fumble the ball wide open right there. That same thing happened to Gary Trent the other night. I don't think he was focused on the catch. He was already looking at the clock and rim. He was already looking at that. He just wasn't focused on catching the ball. I don't know. He got possessed, I guess, maybe by Gary Trent. 0 for 10, 0 for 0 points, and 0 for 2 in the fourth quarter in the turnover. Yeah, Malik Beasley should have been ready for that pass, but it's just kind of hard when your best player shoots 0 of 8 from distance and 17% in the playoffs, and Cade missing laps down the stretch. So, but yeah, it's kind of fitting that's how the season ends with Malik Beasley dropping a pass. Duran, 21.6 rebounds. He also missed a free throw down the stretch. But I think the Pistons fans should be optimistic about their future. Tobias Harris had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 for 10 for Tobias Harris. Tim Hardaway, 7 points. Dude, this guy was 3 for 11 tonight. He was completely garbage in this series. A complete no-show. Brick after brick after brick. And Stuart Thompson, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 for 7. He was fantastic. Until that last possession. But I don't even know why you took him out before that. But the Pistons got a good young team, man. I just don't know why they took out a star with like 3 minutes left to put him back in. Schroeder, 9 points, 9 assists. Or Dennis Scrotum. I don't even know why he was in the game at that point. Paul Reed, 2 points. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Let's go over the stats here. Pistons shooting splits. 41, 47, 33, 80, 43 boards. 13 offensive, 30 defensive. 18 assists, 4 blocks, 6 steals, 15 turns, 48 in the paint, 22 fouls for the Pistons. 46, 26, and 84 shooting splits. 36 total rebounds, 6 offensive, 30 defensive, 25 assists, 3 blocks, 8 steals, 14 turns, 48 in the paint, 23 fouls. So yeah, that's the end of this Eastern Conference playoff series. Knicks win 4-2, and they will be playing the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals. I believe on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So, we have 2 Eastern Conference playoff series decided. We'll see if Nuggets Clippers, will the Nuggets clinch and play the Thunder, or will the Clippers force a Game 7? We'll see when I recap that game later tonight. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Next time out. Peace.